In 1917, a woman named Rose Blumkin came to US from Belarus. We call her Mrs. B. When she first landed, she did not know a word of English. So she had a tag around her neck which said Fort Dodge, Iowa. And that actually helped her to get united with her husband in Iowa, who came few years earlier. Slowly she started picking some words and sentences in English. Her school-going daughter actually helped her, as she taught her same words that she learned in school. For next 20 years, she started saving some money by selling used clothes. She had 4 children during that period. By 1937, she was able to save $2,500. She always had a dream of opening a furniture store. So now, as she had some money, she went to Chicago and bought some furniture. Slowly and steadily, this woman, who never went to school for a day, built a business that she later sold to Warren Buffett for $60 million in 1983, and which did $1.5 billion of business few years back. Friends, this is one of the stories told by Warren Buffett in his speech sometime back. Warren Buffett needs no introduction. With net worth $101 billion, he is considered one of the greatest investors of all time. Warren Buffett also mentioned few other amazing facts about Mrs. B. Though finally she is able to speak some English, she was still not able to read or write it even at the time of selling her company. Warren Buffett also observed there was nothing new or unique about her business. She just had determination to succeed. But key point was she genuinely cared for her customers. She worked with very low gross margins, but still able to build an incredible business called Nebraska Furniture Mall. You can read more about Mrs. B and her business from the video description below. Warren Buffett said, "One of the things he has observed in such people who achieve huge success in life, starting with humble background, is they had strong belief they could go far beyond from where they initially started. They are always conscious how they spend their time and energy. You will find such people are always investing time to better themselves and to learn new skills." Then Mr. Buffett talked about another person who was born 8 years before him. His name was Jack. He was a good athlete and did not like school very much. He also built a company that at one time hired more college graduates than any other company in the US. During his initial days, he went to college but dropped within a year. It was 1941 and the time of World War II, so he volunteered for Navy and spent some time there. Finally, he come back to US Midwest and become used car salesman at Cadillac car dealership. He was 23 or 24 at that time. He continued working there till age of 35 and climbed some steps in office hierarchy. Though he was progressing well in his office, his dreams were different. He wanted to build a business. So he approached his boss and said he wanted to start a car leasing company in partnership. His boss agreed and he managed to get 7 cars to start his business. Initially he got no business. People were not approaching him. The funny thing was, when his phone used to ring, he let it ring 3-4 times to give caller an impression that he was very busy. But truth was, that was the first call he received during the entire day. At age of 40, he decided to move towards car rental business with 17 cars. For that, he had to directly compete with big names like Hertz, Avis or National, which had hundreds if not thousands of cars with them at that time. His 17th car was no different or unique. He also can't get to airport locations which were hub of car rental business. The odds were not very favorable to him. But he knew there is one thing on which he can be better from these big names. That is offering customer a more friendlier and reliable service. He gave his company a name after a battleship which he had ridden in Pacific during his time in Navy. So you might have guessed the name of car rental company by now if you are from US or been to US. It is Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Jack died few years back, but at the time of his death, his company, which was started with just 17 cars, was worth more than the combined worth of Hertz, Avis and National. His full name was Jack Taylor. This man also did not do anything special, just like Mrs. B, which we talked earlier. But he lived by the same basic principle, which is delighting the customer and working with people, his employees, and establishing the relationship so that they in turn interact with the customer in same way how he was treating them. His desire to make friend out of every customer was the only unique thing he got, and that actually turned his offering or business into something very extraordinary from virtually nothing. Mr. Warren said it illustrates few other important points. You may not necessarily get things right at the first time. And in business like car rental, it is hard to delight the customer once you gave him or her the keys. A huge money is also involved to finance the cars. But Jack did not worry about all such factors he cannot control. Jack also did not worry about economy or stock markets. But he did worry about one thing he could influence, and that was customer experience. Warren Buffett said he once tried to buy the enterprise, but Jack was smart enough not to agree on his proposal. And then he mentioned couple of points which are my personal favorites. Test is not whether you have got the great business idea for the first time, but the test is to get started and keep learning as you go along. And in due course, keep finding your strengths and discovering what you can do better for the customers. Find out first whether you have genuine desire day in and day out to keep delighting the customers or not. And after this, he mentioned something which is pure gem. He said he has seen lots of business but never seen a business that delights the customer and did not succeed. Whenever customer wants to buy any product or service, they will surely think of price, location and tons of other factors. But they will definitely like to visit the place again where they got the best customer experience. They may forget the price in due course of time or any sort of trouble they faced while visiting the business, but they will never forget how they were treated. In the end, Warren said it is difficult to build your business all alone, so you have to learn to multiply yourself. And how you will do that? By associating with others who can be your employees, partners or any sort of connection in your business or work. But they won't do it for you unless they themselves are not fairly treated by you and their viewpoints are not appropriately considered. So guys, with these thoughts, I would like to end this video. But please ponder on the golden rule which Warren has talked about. We might have our own business or working for a company or even for the government. But remember, most of the time we are working to serve someone. If we can delight them directly or indirectly, this will significantly increase our value or influence. At the last, I thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel and put your comment in the comment box. Thanks again.